Hey guys, it's December 2018. We're getting ready for Christmas. Merry Christmas. We'll take a look back at the numbers and what happened in November 2018. We actually sold less properties than we did in the previous year. So we sold 1,165 properties versus November 2017, we sold 1,232 properties. That's a decrease of 5.4%, but the average price went up to $392,759 versus $379,838 in 2017. So that's an increase of 3.4%. If we look at the year to date, where we are as of the end of November, and this will give us a pretty good indication of where we're going to wind up for the entire year of 2018, we've sold 16,816 homes so far, residential and condo, in Ottawa in 2018 at the end of November, versus at the end of November 2017, we were at 16,300. So that's an increase of 3.2% more properties sold. And of course, we know by this point that's being driven heavily by the condo market, more so than by the residential market. Also, the average price has gone up to $407,772 versus last year at the end of November for all of the properties sold. The average price was $392,678. So that's an increase of 3.8%. Now, the increase of 3.8% on the price is being driven by the residential side more so than by the condo side. Okay, now we'll break it down into two sides. So first we'll talk about the residential market and what's going on there. So for the month of November 2018, we only sold 870 residential properties versus last year in the month of November we sold 938 residential properties. That's a decrease of 7.2%. That's a lot less homes, residential homes sold than we'd seen for the month last year. Okay, that's what, 30, 40, that's like 70 houses, almost 80 houses less. Almost 70 houses less sold. Now, the average price, of course, has gone up. Okay, the average price for a residential home, $429,039 versus last year at this point, $418,273, an increase of 2.6%. Year to date, where are we as of the end of November 2018? 12,950 homes versus this same point last year, 12,919 homes. So we sold a few more residential homes, but there's nothing out there. People can't buy anything. There's no homes available for sale, and that's why the residential sales aren't higher, because there's nothing really great out there for people to buy. The stuff that is great is coming and selling, right? So our days on market is a lot lower than it was last year because people are seeing great properties and they're jumping on them right away. Okay, the average price year to date has gone up by 5.1%. It's now at $446,451 versus last year at the end of November for all of the homes we'd sold. The average price was $424,606. So like I said, an increase of 5.1%. Now, half of the 7.2% drop in number of sales was driven by there weren't any bungalows. There weren't as many bungalows sold. We sold 30 less bungalows than we did last November. So, you know, that's why we have so many less sales. Now, if we switch gears and we talk about the condo market, we've only sold a few more and we're running out of inventory in the condo world. We sold 295 condos for the month of November 2018 versus 294 for the month of November 2017. Only an increase of 0.3%. But look at this. This is a wow factor. The average price of a condo has gone up to $285,764 versus $257,212. That's an increase of 11%. This is what I've been talking about. It's going to be happening, and it's taken about a year for the market to catch up. Their inventory is so low, and it's starting to drive the prices of the condos up. Expect to see the same thing as we move into next year. The condo prices are starting to take off from where they've been flat. This year so far, we've seen about a 3% growth in average prices in condos. We saw last month a 7.2% growth. We saw this month an 11% growth. Condo prices are starting to come up. Great, awesome, great news for everybody. And the number of sales are way higher in condos. So year to date, we've sold 3,866 condos. Year to date at this point last year, at the end of November 2017, we'd sold 3,381. So that's an increase of 14.3% more condos sold, okay? the houses are getting too expensive, people are only able to afford a condo, and that's why we're selling so much more of them. Okay, the average price so far year to date has only gone up slightly to $278,330 versus $276,766 for all of those condos that we've sold so far in 2018. So that's a growth of 2.8%. Okay, now I really have to hammer down on this. 11% growth in 1 month is a big change. It's startling. Okay, like I say, next year's condo prices are going to start to go up, and we'll finally see that the lower supply, and there's not a lot of new stuff out there either, the lower supply of condos is going to start to drive the condo prices up. So it's kind of like a slingshot effect, right? The residential houses went up, and now the condo prices are going to have to go up. Everything's getting more and more expensive, okay? Unfortunately, houses are getting more expensive. If you own lots, great. If you don't own lots, there's a part of me that thinks that you should be moving quicker than slower, okay? If you want to know how all of this affects you when you're either buying or selling, whether it's a condo, whether it's residential, and then how all of the particulars wind up in your individual neighborhood, because they're different in all neighborhoods, call me and my team. We'd be happy to help you. The team is growing. There's more people being added to be able to serve our clients exceptionally well. So as always, the phone number is 613-314-3187, and wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas. Until we speak again, Stye Fire out.